So the news just coming down right as I hit start stream, as the Baltimore Ravens are acquiring Diontae Johnson from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a sixth round pick. This isn't the seismic move, obviously, that Devontae Adams to the New York Jets was. And I mean, look how that's paid off. But it also isn't even the seismic move of Amari Cooper going to the Buffalo Bills or DeAndre Hopkins going to the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think this is a very smart move. And I think, honestly, more teams should do this, especially at receiver, where like these prices are so low. Diontae Johnson is not like this game-breaking whatever in the NFL at this point, right? Like, I think that there is actually a fair amount of talent there in this young man and all of these sorts of things, but I don't think he is like, okay, well, this is a game changer. But he is an upgrade on what they have. And for a sixth round pick, I mean, my goodness, how can you not go in and try to improve your football team? And so I don't think this really raises the ceiling all that much for the Baltimore Ravens, although the ceiling for this team was Super Bowl champion. So it's tough to go up from there. But you look at what he has done. Admittedly, it's not as great as I thought. He has the big game against the Raiders, who hasn't? But obviously, that there have been some quarterbacking issues there in Carolina, and there's a lot of talent with him. The one problem was, there we go. Nope, that was the other way. There we go. The one problem with him has been drops, I think, and that can be very frustrating. And I think that there is going to be probably a few times where there's a big play opportunity and he just whiffs on it. And that's, again, incredibly frustrating from any kind of offense. But he is such a very good route runner. And I think he also has a lot of speed in him that when he does just catch it and hold on to that thing, that really big plays can happen. And so I do think that he fits the style that the Baltimore Ravens are going to be looking to play on the offensive side of the football. And I think that really is intriguing. I did kind of script the details here a little bit. The Panthers will receive a fifth round pick in exchange for Johnson and a sixth. So again, you're basically just moving back 30 some odd picks to bring in an extremely talented football player into your room. And so I think to raise the floor and raise the talent level of your team, this is very much worth it. Does this change any part of the dynamic in the AFC? I don't think so, but I do think that this just makes this team better. Now, from a fantasy football standpoint, Diontae Johnson's value was, I think, a little bit limited, especially if Bryce Young was going to be coming back anyway. This kind of murkies it a little bit because Zay Flowers is going to be the guy in Baltimore always. And because of how they run their offense, there are going to be but so many passing opportunities anyway. So you are getting a smaller part of a smaller pie now. But I do think that because of his abilities, he is going to be probably the second best pass catcher that this team has. And so I think there are going to be a few opportunities for him. So I think they're just being a part of a better offense is going to elevate Diontae Johnson a little bit. And I think that maybe not for the next week does he become a viable option, although we see how quickly he can pick up on the playbook and all of that. But I think that this is something that can just kind of raise his stock just a little bit more out in Baltimore.